Have you ever wondered what makes a good Facebook ad?
Yes!
I'm going to show you what separates ads that succeed from those that fail, and how to create ads that scale. Is it the perfect headline, or the right copy, or maybe the best video ever? Today we're going to break it all down and show you how to get the best results for the least amount of time, so that you can spend your time doing what really matters.
Here we go again.
Alright, before we get started, I just want to thank you for being here. These 5-Minute Friday videos have been blowing up the channel. We're now getting over 1,000 subs a week. So if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. And apparently only 35% of the people that are binging this channel are actually subscribed. So let's go ahead and fix that. Hit the subscribe button too if I've earned a little bit of your attention. You don't want to miss any more of these. Alright, that being said, let's throw some time up on the clock and get started. What defines a good ad? A good ad isn't about a high-pressure sales pitch or flashy gimmicks. It's about creating content that people on Facebook and Instagram want to see. Here's why. Unlike Google or Amazon or email,
you've got mail.
In Facebook, ads that people enjoy get shown to a higher quality person more often and more of them for a lower price. Just think about Instagram Reels. The videos that are most engaging get the most views. So remember the golden rule. A good ad attracts attention, appeals to your target audience, and gives them a good experience on the platform. So let's break down the key elements of a really good ad. To create a good ad, you have to understand the human psychology of how somebody experiences social media. First, we have the creative. This is the image or the video in your ad. This is 80 to 85% of why somebody stops their scroll. And by the way, these numbers and data are backed by dozens and dozens of studies going back over a decade.
Yes, science!
And there's a reason why your Facebook newsfeed and your Instagram looks a lot like YouTube and a lot like banner ads and the newspaper. Because this is how people think. Your image or creative needs to be thumb-stopping and create a lean-in experience like this. If I'm just scrolling, I know this is a remote. If I'm just scrolling and I'm like, oh, now my thumb is stopped and I'm like, oh, we've stopped the thumb and we've created a lean-in experience. That's the job of the creative. Then we get to the second part, which is the headline. And this is generally 5 to 10% of why somebody clicks on your ad to go to your website, because it gives context to the creative and ultimately inspires the action. Then from there we get to the third part, which is the primary text, the words above the video. This is ultimately only 5 or 10% of why somebody does something and comes after the headline in that experience. It should give context to the rest of the ad, and ultimately, most people by the time they've gotten to the primary text have decided whether or not they're going to click on the ad. So it's only there to get people across the finish line if they haven't already made that decision.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Now, before we move on, we have to remember something really important. Facebook ads don't make the sale. They earn attention and drive traffic. The creative stops the scroll, the headline creates intent, and the primary text finishes the job. It's like the handshake, the elevator pitch, and the close. Generally, by the time the elevator pitch is over, the person has already made their decision.
Here comes the money.
So let's talk about avoiding the biggest mistakes. The biggest mistake most advertisers make is they try to get a sale with every single ad, and they define success for an ad by how many sales it can take credit for. These types of high-pressure, direct response ads are what we call bottom-of-funnel ads. They're not the reason somebody walked into the store. They're also not the reason somebody was interested in the product, but they are there when somebody has their credit card out and ready to buy.
I'll have what she's having.
Now, while these ads can look really efficient, they have two big problems. First, if you run a 4PI analysis, which again, there's a video up here you can check out, you'll see that they have a very high frequency and a very high CPM. And number two, these aren't scalable and they're not very sustainable because they rely on being the very last touch point in the customer journey. If you only focus on bottom of funnel ads, you'll miss the bigger picture of creating sustainable growth. Now, this might absolutely work for people with a small budget. You can see success, but it's not scalable, it's not sustainable, and ultimately it's not going to get you the growth that you could really achieve. It's not the best way to see the success that you deserve.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
So how do we create ads that scale? To create a good Facebook ad, focus on making content that your target customer wants to see. Use engaging creatives to stop the scroll. Use compelling headlines to earn the click. And leverage that primary text to overcome objections and really get somebody over the finish line if they're not quite there yet. You have to avoid chasing the idea of making a sale with every single ad. Think of your ads as part of a much larger customer journey. Remember that nobody can hit buy on your ad. They have to go to your website. And they're probably on your email list.
You've got mail.
And they're probably searching around with you and your competitors. The journey for somebody to buy from you has 1,000 touch points that you're not in control of. So by focusing on engagement and scalability, you'll be able to create ads that grow your business long term.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Now, if this video helped you create really good ads, go ahead and do me a favor and like the video and comment if you have any questions. And hey, if you have more questions and you really want to engage, join our live calls every Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time right here on YouTube, and we'll engage in real time. I'm also going to go over all of your questions. I'm going to give you breaking news so that you can see what other people are going to be talking about in a couple weeks or a couple months or a couple years. If you want to have success, this is your cheat code. Thank you so much for watching this video. And until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye!